properties. Yes, as always, I'm telling you, we have stories from all over the world. And talking about Dream Inspire, we're just inspiring others and also motivating others. The ones who are just broken-hearted, they don't believe on their dreams and they don't believe what they want to do. This is their part. Please just have us here and keep watching Dream Inspire. Today, I'm with Mohammad Qureshi, all the way from Canada. My name is Elias. Please, Mohammad Qureshi. Feel
Very
free to be here in Dubai.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. They need to know you. Who is Mohammad Qureshi?
For sure. So I am originally from Toronto, Canada. Um, I from my school I did respiratory therapy. So I'm actually a respiratory therapist.
Wow.
But as we all know, the real way to actually grow in this world is not through working a job.
Okay.
It's not through working for someone else. So
Okay.
I understood that very early on. And what I did was I made sure to always focus on my business. And
So you mean that you're just telling others not to be employed for others, just have to employ themselves?
exactly. Yeah,
That the way to make money. That the way to make their dreams.
exactly. Because the thing is, if you're working for someone else, that means that that's their business. And you're just helping to grow someone else's dream
Okay.
instead of focusing on your own dreams.
Okay. Okay. But you can get your dreams also. You can just have your dreams while you're working with for somebody.
The way that I look at it is where's the ceiling, right? So if we're looking at any sort of job, whether it's in the medical profession, whether it's in engineering or in any other of these fields that society tells us,
Mm-hmm.
they pay really well, they're very stable.
Yeah.
All of these things
Yeah.
that we hear from our parents or our family members, uh, what we need to realize is that this is how I look at it.
Mhm.
Whatever someone is paying you,
Mhm.
you're worth about at least 3 to 5 times that much.
Okay.
Because in order for them to employ you,
Uh-huh.
you're providing them a service
Uh-huh.
that they're profiting on,
Mhm.
right? So whatever you're doing, they're making 3 to 5x
Mhm.
what they're paying you,
Mhm.
and that's how they're profitable.
Mhm. Mhm.
So already, if we look at it that way, anyone who's working a job right now,
Okay.
you can just think, okay, what I'm doing is worth
Mhm.
so much more than how much I'm getting paid.
Mhm. Mhm.
Why not try it for myself?
Challenging as always. Please take a seat first of all before we start. Have a seat first.
For sure.
Okay. We're good for the business.
Yes.
From Canada to Dubai. What brought you here?
So there's actually many factors that, were just pulling me not only specifically to Dubai,
Mhm.
but actually out of Canada.
Okay.
As we all know, Canada is a very tax heavy country. Um,
Okay.
and it really does limit and hinder the growth of any business,
Yeah.
right? If you want a very stable life,
Mhm.
you want to get a job, get a mortgage, you know and just be very stable throughout,
Mhm.
enjoy little things here and there, it's great. But for people who have bigger dreams, for people who want to break out of
Mhm.
um, this very very stagnant sort of life,
Mhm.
you know, it, for me, I had to look somewhere else.
Okay. Okay.
And I did hear a lot of things about Dubai,
Mhm.
how it is an up and coming uh, economy. There's a lot
Mhm.
of growth happening in all different sectors. So that's why we're here right now.
You talked something about tax
Mhm,
in Canada.
mhm.
How is it, the tax in Canada comparing to Dubai?
Very different.
Okay.
Um, because of the multiple levels of taxation that we have there, um, it's not a very simple question or answer.
Mhm.
So there's corporate tax. Um, so whatever your business
Mhm.
generates, you get taxed on that.
Mhm.
Then there's uh, you know any anything you bring into your personal,
Mhm.
under your personal income, that also gets taxed quite heavily, up to 40%
Okay.
on personal income. And then anytime you go out to buy something,
Okay.
you also have to pay taxes. So it really just dwindles down very, very fast
Uh,
as you're running a business. Now you're paying the corporate tax, then your personal income tax, and
mhm.
then on the same money that has been watered down
Uh,
you'll realize that, okay, I go out and now I have to pay 13% more tax on everything.
that's too much. That's true.
Yeah, it is a lot.
And opening a business in Canada is different to Dubai. The payment of the of opening, establishing a new business there, a new venture,
Mhm.
looks like it's different from Canada and Dubai. That is true or it's not true?
So the structure is very different. When you go into Canada, you can open a business.
Mhm.
Obviously, there's certain businesses that you need to have licenses for,
Mhm.
but if I'm doing anything that's very generic,
Mhm.
such as like marketing or consulting or any of these kind of things, you don't really need a license. You could just open a company, open a corporation, and you can just start to do your business.
Okay.
Whereas over here, what I've realized
Mhm.
is for each specific activity that you're
Mhm.
doing, you
Mhm.
have to have a specific license.
Yes,
Yeah.
separate. Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's a little more um, organized in that sense here.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think there's maybe a couple extra steps here in
Mhm.
Dubai
Mhm.
compared to the steps required in Canada.
Okay. Talking about luxury,
Mhm.
because it's just a matter of comparison. Talking about luxury in Dubai, luxury in Canada.
Mhm.
First, buying a luxury car there in Canada. Is that easy like here in Dubai?
I don't think so. And the reason I say that is, first of all, we can just see the number of luxury vehicles
Mhm.
in Canada compared to the number
Mhm.
of luxury vehicles in Dubai is insanely different.
Mhm.
Over here, a Lamborghini Urus or a Rolls Royce Cullinan
Yeah, yeah.
is a very, very normal thing on the road, right? By the time you're just leaving your driveway, you'll see a couple Lamborghinis, you'll see a couple Rolls Royces. Bentley is a very normal thing.
Yes.
Um, Whereas in Canada, for us, because we grew up as car people,
Mhm.
right? Like from when we were children, we loved cars. So
Mhm.
anytime we would see, for example, a Lamborghini, it's
Mhm.
a very, very big deal for us um, because we don't see them very often. Maybe once or twice a month, we'll see a Lamborghini. Whereas over here, it's once or twice every 5 minutes,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? Um, so there's a lot of differences between.
But also to own it,
Mhm,
to own the Porsche maybe,
mhm.
because those few people who are owning Porsche in Canada, you're one of them. Those few elites who are owning Porsche in Canada, owning it, the tax is different also on paying for them, always the same.
For sure. So they have introduced a luxury tax in Canada now. So
Luxury tax.
yes. So what that means is anytime that you're buying a car valued over a certain amount,
Mhm.
um, I believe it's around 100,000, which is not a lot, over $100,000.
Yes.
You're going to be taxed additionally on that purchase. So it's kind of a tax the rich kind of a situation there, um, which I don't feel like it. There's that kind of uh, setup here. So it's one of those things that is just to prevent people to try to aim bigger, to try
Yeah.
to uh, make something of
Uh-huh.
themselves,
Uh-huh.
because what people are going to be thinking is, why would I want to, get a nicer car? I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to pay more for it,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Because you're already paying 13% in tax
mm,
on a car,
mhm.
and then imagine having to pay an additional 10 to 15% on
Yeah.
top. Now, if you're buying, for example, you know, um, a Lamborghini for $300,000,
Dollars.
now paying an additional almost 30% on that, you know, you're gonna think twice now,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Because that's an extra 80,000, 90,000,
Mm-hmm.
right? On top of already a quite an
Mm-hmm.
expensive car.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So that's what those are the few of the reasons which are pushing you to take all your capital from Canada and just drop it, all of it in Dubai.
Yeah, that it's one of those reasons. There's many other reasons. I also find that being here in Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
the networking opportunities, the business opportunities in real estate,
Mm-hmm.
in any of these other sectors, for example, tech,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much going on here. There's so much innovation that they're welcoming here,
Yeah.
um, and just the society here is very very different than the society we have back in
What's the
Canada.
difference?
The difference is that over there, like I mentioned earlier, it's very much a hey, I got a great job. You know,
Ah,
I'm gonna just mortgage this house for 30 years, put 5% down, and now you're stuck in one place
mm-hmm.
for 30, 40 years, which to me is ridiculous. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I could never be stuck to somewhere for 30, 40.
Open-minded.
Yes, like
Mm-hmm.
I love to travel. I love to, be free in that sense. Whereas over there, it's very, very normal
Mm-hmm.
uh, for the majority of people to be stuck in their one house for 30 years, 40
Mm-hmm.
years, trying to just pay it off,
Mm-hmm.
slow and steady chipping away. So it's very much hand to mouth.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a rotation. You just take the money from here, you just return it here. So it will be a rotation for all your life, looks like.
Exactly.
We can have a seat, please, again.
For sure.
Just feel
Appreciate
free.
that.
Thank you. You have been here for almost like 3 weeks in Dubai.
Mhm.
You have explored a lot of opportunities. You have grown your network very, very hugely. Do you have anything to say on that? The 3 weeks which you were here and the years which you were in Canada. Also, the comparison again.
For sure, it's a massive difference.
Mm.
So the amount of networking that I've pretty much done in the past couple of years, within this month, I have grown my network so much that I've met people who are on the same or similar path as me, who are ready to grow, who are ready to work together for the benefit of everybody. Um, Whereas, back home, we don't have this culture
Mhm.
of, hey, what do you do? How are you doing it? Oh, maybe I know someone I can connect you with. We don't have that networking,
Okay.
kind of a society there.
Uh-huh.
It's very much that everyone just focuses on what they're doing,
Mhm.
right? And if you see someone doing better, people have a little jealousy, a little envy, like, oh, why does this person have a nicer car than me?
Whoa.
And you know, for us,
Mhm.
because we're in business, we're aiming for big things.
Mhm.
We like to enjoy the luxurious things,
Mhm.
the cars, the watches,
Mhm. Mhm.
traveling everywhere.
Mhm.
So uh, over here, it's very normal.
Mhm.
Oh, you have a nice car. That's amazing, right?
Mhm.
Like you have some positivity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas over there, we don't feel it to be
Mhm.
like this.
Mhm. There is a word which I could just take it from you. You love watches
Yes,
very much.
I do.
I'll just stick on watches. Why watches?
Why watches?
Oh.
Because I like the all of the engineering and everything that goes into building a watch, the art, the art aspect of it,
Mhm.
um, the fact that it's usable,
Okay.
right? For example, we see cars. Cars are amazing. I love cars my
Yes.
whole life.
Yeah.
um, the thing is, they're big machines,
Mhm.
right? They're you can use them, but they just have a purpose where you got to be driving somewhere, right?
Okay.
The nice thing about watches is, when I wake up, I just put my watch on. I can be with it all day.
Mhm.
I can look at it. I can, the, between all of the different brands and all the
Mhm.
different watch makers that are out there, there's some beautiful designs.
Mhm.
Everyone is doing something new.
Mhm.
So it really pulls me towards
Mhm.
that. And plus, it's a nice piece of jewelry as well.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
So it's nice.
Time factor.
Hmm.
Can you talk something concerning watches? You love watches with time factor, with the normal life.
Hmm.
Because when we mean in our daily life, if we are not managing well our time,
Hmm.
meaning that we are going to lose a lot. In that aspect, do you have any comparison on watches with the daily and normal life daily?
For sure. You know what? That's one thing that's really important to understand is a lot of people think, hey, we got to work hard. We got to work hard all the time, right? But
Mhm.
for example, you know, a person who's in construction
Mhm.
or who is, you know, any of these physically uh, labor
Mhm.
intensive jobs, they're working very hard,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But the amount of compensation they're receiving for their time
Mhm.
might not be that much.
Okay.
So this is why I always say it's more important to work smart,
Mhm.
right? Use your time in a way that you think about what's the ROI for your time, right? So if working hard for 8 hours will make you, for example, $1,000,
Mhm.
or working smart for 2 hours
Mhm.
can make you the same $1,000.
Mhm.
Not only are you saving time, but now, you know, you imagine how many times you can multiply that same strategy during those hours,
Mhm.
and your return on investment for your time
Mhm.
is much larger.
Mhm.
So, that same 1 hour that one person is working smart
Mhm.
can pay off 5 times
Yes.
what someone who's working really hard
Okay.
for a
Okay.
longer time can pay off.
Okay. That is about time. And Muhammad has a lot. We are here with him today till he just open up. Three, two, one, go. Muhammad, entrepreneurial mind, born as an entrepreneur. What pushes you to be an entrepreneur most?
To me, it's more about the freedom of being able to do whatever I want.
Mhm.
I have worked jobs back in the day,
Mhm.
when I was younger, during school, things
Mhm.
like that, and it was very, very annoying for me right from the get go when you have to ask someone's permission to use the bathroom. If you have to ask someone's permission to go to lunch, it was very, very um, weird for me
Mhm.
to be in that position, and I was never really okay with that.
Okay.
you know
So that pushed you to be an entrepreneur.
yeah, just the freedom to be able to do things at my own pace, at
Mhm.
my own time, um, as well as getting an hourly wage or a set amount of money per month just never seemed to work out for me
Oh,
because
okay.
I always think of it in that way where uh, you know the amount of money we can make during the same time
Mhm.
can be so much more if I just do something else.
Okay. And if I'm ask you, can you be honest with me? Honest with them also.
Mhm.
Where did you collect the first dollar to start your entrepreneurial business, to your entrepreneurial life?
For sure. I've actually been selling and buying things since I was very, very young. So when we were in grade 6, 7, 8,
I'm asking you again the same question.
mhm,
Where did you collect? Because many people like to be entrepreneurs, but
mhm,
they're saying that we don't have capital.
mhm.
The first dollar, the first capital. Now you have millions. I'm not talking about now. How, how did you get that first dollar to start that business so that it will be easy for others to get inspired through you to
Mhm.
get that first dollar to start their business?
For sure. So I actually took a loan from my dad for, I believe it was around $60, and I started to just buy.
Hold on. Can you take a sip before?
Sure.
I'm trying to calculate the $60. Where you take the sip?
For sure.
60, 1, 3, 1, 60, 60,
Yes, exactly.
$60.
Yep.
Now you have millions from $60.
That's where it starts.
Show us the technique, please.
For sure. So when I was in middle school and early in high school, what I was doing was, I took that initial money from my dad. I said, "Hey,
$60.
$60." I said, "Listen, for those people watching who know PlayStation Portable
Yes.
PSP,
Yeah.
I found a great deal online in a local, community. Someone was selling a PSP, and I messaged them, and I said, "Hey, I'll buy this off of you." I bought that, and I cleaned it up, and I put it online for $120. And that same day, I sold that PSP. I gave my dad back his money, and from there, I started to buy more things and sell. Eventually, we got into bigger things, started to buy cars. This is all without having a driver's license, being in,
Corporate world.
late middle school, and just using, my dad's name to say, oh yeah, my dad's buying this car, and then selling it and splitting the profits with my dad.
$60. 120. Millionaire.
It's been a very interesting journey, to say the least.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Believing that people will be inspired.
Mm-hmm.
The PSP. Someone have the PSP there. Maybe if we can sell for 60. Now it's not 60. We can just sell them for almost like 200, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Someone have a PSP so that they can sell for 200. We can start from there. 200, 400, 600, million, 100. I like that, Jen.
That's it.
Do you have anything to add in Dream Inspire from Dream Properties?
For sure. I think that for anyone watching who, don't doesn't know where to start,
Mhm.
doesn't know how to start,
Mhm.
uh, what I would suggest is just start anywhere. Just try to buy or sell anything just to be able to get into the habit of sales.
Yeah,
Because everything in life is sales.
that's true.
That's all it is. Whether you're selling a product or you're selling yourself, right? So you have to be able to. It's very important to know how to sell yourself,
Mhm.
right? To say, listen, I can do this for you. I
Mhm.
can do that,
Mhm.
right? And the one rule I have is, say yes first,
Mhm.
ask questions later.
Wow.
So
Say yes first, ask questions later.
exactly, because if someone says, "Hey, can you do this for me?" Just say yes.
Mhm.
Figure it out on the go,
Mhm.
right? You'll make mistakes, but in that process, now you're already in the mindset of you have a goal,
Mhm.
right? Someone has given you a goal,
Mhm.
and now you just got to work towards it.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Mohammed.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And let me say that you have a safe flight back to Canada.
Thank you.
I'll see you within next 2 months because you have just already started your investment journey here in Dubai.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having us here. I was with Muhammad, came all the way along from Canada. This is Elias as usual, the Dream Inspire from Dream Properties. Thank you for watching and keep inspired and motivated. Stay strong, stay healthy. Take care of yourselves. Dream Inspire, the future. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right.
Yo!